Hello, I'm Mary Ellen Farr, and I have worked at Children's Hospital now for 32 years. I have seen a lot of changes in nursing in the last 32 years, and for the most part they're very good changes, and I'm really proud to be part of that. The favorite part of my job is the relationships that I have with the patients and with the families. Being in the recovery room, what I really enjoy is the fact that I can be a part of one of the most stressful days that they will ever see with their child. I can care for their child, I can care for them, and then I can teach them how to take care of their child when they leave and send them on their way in the hopes that I never have to see them again because they're good to go. 5 must-haves. Number 1, a good night's sleep. Number 2, take care of yourself. Eat well. Train yourself to eat well. Exercise when you can. Have another hobby outside of nursing that feeds you. Number 4, and we talked about out there, and I don't know how I developed this, but when I leave the hospital, I forget my patient's name, I forget what I did, and I not that I'm neglectful, but I turn that part off. And I go home and I go and be with my family. I think the most important lesson I've learned, and it took me a long time to learn it, is that no matter how stressful the job is, no matter how many times I have felt like I hated my job and feeling like it took everything out of me, it has all been worth it. The one thing I wish that they knew about me is that, and sometimes I share this, I have children of my own. When they were little, I had the same fears about my kids as they have about theirs. And I don't know why I'm crying, but I want them to know that somebody else loves their kids too. Several years ago, when I worked in the cardiac ICU, we saw a lot of patients pass away after their surgeries. We had one little girl who it was her second surgery in a series of 3, and she passed away that night. But what we did for the families, we would give them a box, a keepsake box, with like a lock of their hair. We would take an ink blot and we would make impressions of their hands and their feet. And I took the impressions of this little girl, she was like 15 months old, and I took an impression of her foot, and it's very difficult to get it perfect. And when I took the impression of the little girl's foot, it kind of smudged. So I took the card that was cardstock and I just put it in the trash. And I grabbed another one, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw the mother reach over and pick it up. I just said, "I'm so sorry." And she says, "I'll find good use for that." And it broke my heart, you know, and it really showed to me that it wasn't just a job I was doing, it was an event in somebody else's life. And I will never forget that.